Yo, what's popping? We have the matches from the 26th of for Korean Contenders. They're from yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to do it yesterday, and now I'm doing it. It's kind of late at night, but whatever. So first up, we have T1 against Team Diamond. This is being a 3-2 for T1. It's being a reverse sweep. So Busan's a 2-0 for Team Diamond. They're T1 playing Alien, Neist, Kleston, Dada, and a Peach. Team Diamond playing Minute, Illicit, Inhyuk, Hyunjae, and Teru. So Mecha Base is 191 for Team Diamond. Team T1 playing the standard Sojourn Genji, Junker Queen, Lucio, Brig, and Team Diamond playing the same thing except they're playing a Pharah instead of Genji. And I learned that Pharah actually has a bug where she is gaining 133% more ult charge than she normally would, which is probably the only reason she's actually at all viable. Because people are like, oh well, Barrage sucks. Well, yes, but actually no. Barrage is still a good ultimate. And building it much more fast than you normally should. Kind of crazy because I like saw that and I was like, that's not a joke or something, and then I watched this match and I'm like, oh damn, that shit real. So yeah, Team Diamond basically have to hope Illicit on the Pharah puts out big AoE damage, and that Minute or Inhyuk are able to secure the kills. And T1 are able to kill Inhyuk, and it forces Team Diamond back once they have control of the point. But the Pharah demands a lot of space, so T1 can't really push up to the choke that easily. And the fights end up lasting a long time, and T1 ends up stalling at the point, and Illicit never is really threatened, despite Alien on the Sojourn. I feel he didn't hit a rail shot very much at all. And Illicit's just able to output a ton of damage, so Team Diamond are able to cap back. They have an ult advantage still, and they set the tempo with Rampage, no support ults, and they end up closing it out. So yeah, Team Diamond, very solid. Didn't really feel like they had lost the point too much, even though it was 191. Still felt like they were very much in control. Downtown is 165 for Team Diamond. Same compositions. Minute is able, or no, well, both teams are on the Ashes of the Sojourn. Other than that, same compositions. And Minute does a lot more than Alien does in the Ash. Illicit is probably taking the main focus, and he's still able to get more good damage out. So I don't know. The Ash Alien's not really shutting him down at all. T1 is able to take the point whenever Illicit solo barrages Alien. So T1 just run down Team Diamond. And Illicit can't do anything because he's in a barrage on the other side of the map. So T1 ends up capping, and they set tempo with Blade. And it's looking good, but then they get greedy with their ult usage. They only use Rally, and Illicit is able to use a second barrage. And he barrages Kleston and Team Diamond to get the flip. And then you're playing into the Pharah, who's controlling the point, and that's very difficult. So Illicit's able to build another barrage, almost certainly because of the bug, right? Like that's an insane amount. It's basically 165% of the point, and you've built a barrage. So that's like 3 barrages in 2 minutes, basically. Like that's unreal. Kleston hits a rampage, but it's not good enough, which happens a lot. Kleston's rampages are not great. But yeah, basically Team Diamond, unless it's not getting shut down on the Pharah, the barrages are getting good value. They're coming up often. And T1 their win cons of Junker Queen ult, Rampage, not it. King's Rose 1-0 for Team Diamond, just a roll actually. So same compositions again for the teams. Both Sojourn ends up getting picks, but T1 do not push their brief advantage that they have on their offense. And Illicit ends up coming back, and Team Diamond just kind of win. They don't even get it, and T1 don't even get a pick. Illicit hits a barrage, and he has a commanding show, so there's a free 100 HP, and it does a lot. The minute 4 cleans up with the overclock. Kleston gets his rampage canceled, and they were already down, so I'm not sure what that rampage was, so chalked out to a second rampage that's just useless in Kleston. And the Pharah defense is really strong. They're playing really aggressively. They're fighting up at the choke, and it's like Team Diamond really cannot push through. Even when they managed to kill the Pharah, they didn't push through. So T1 get no ticks. And Team Diamond and Hyuka ends up falling early, but Team Diamond are still able to walk in. And T1 pushes T1 back, right? And then Illicit ends up dying, but eventually he comes back and he closes out the fight with the barrage. So pretty easy for Team Diamond here. The Pharah is looking really strong, looking like a very good composition, and especially because Alien is not really taking him out of the sky very well with Sojourn. So I don't know if Team Diamond is looking good with this composition, which I think it's being played a bit in the other contenders regions. I'm watching some of them, but I haven't made a review of any of them. I'll review the final like 4, probably, if I have time, because I do have like finals coming up. So I can't just grind out contenders the whole time. But yeah, should be interesting, and I'll take a look at that. But I want to make sure I get all the Korean ones because no matter what, these players are very good. Even a 8th place contenders team can have players that get picked up in the Owl. Not as certain about that for EU or NA. So just wanted to make sure I watch all of this. Circle Royale is a 3-1 for T1, and this is where the comeback begins. So T1 on their offense, they stick to what they know. Team Diamond also stick to what they know. Pharah on Circuit Royale, never thought I'd see that, but whatever. So Team Diamond hold that initial corner. Nice swaps over to the Echo, and this is where things start to change. Nice on Echo, was quite good. So T1 end up beating her around the corner, to like the very initial corner. They build beat and they use that, and that's how they push Team Diamond back. And they don't even kill Team Diamond. Team Diamond just kite back around the bend. Illicit ends up trading Barrage on the Cleston, and Team Diamond get the push up, and they win again. Nice ends up killing both supports, and Hyunjae gets his beat Ajaxed because he wasn't able to use it early enough. He just built it, and now T1 have 250 entering B. So it was looking very likely that T1 were just going to get full health, and Team Diamond were just going to win. That's entirely what it looked like. The Nice comes in clutch, and very good job by Nice and T1 to end up getting more time on B. The Nice duplicates Junker Queen, he pushes in, and T1 press their advantage. They push all the way to the end of B. Alien gets the kills on Inhyuk, and then they have 3 minutes entering C, and it's looking good. Inhyuk dies again early to Alien once again. But Minute and Illicit are able to stabilize and get their kills. And then Cleston whiffs his Rampage. Illicit dies. Duplicate Junker Queen comes out. And then the normal Junker Queen is just too much, and they end up capping with 26 seconds. So just kind of like a really bad A, or a really good A by Team Diamond, and then they just mess up their B, and their C wasn't that strong either. I don't know, no gas, and that's going to cost them the series. Ultimately, is losing that A push and not having any sort of hold on B. It just doesn't, and I don't really blame them for not keeping B, because duplicate Junker Queen is very strong, because Rampage is such a good ultimate, and having 2 Junker Queens is just so much sustain. It's crazy. So I don't know, just a good duplicate by Nice, which is not something you heard often last season. But yeah, Team Diamond on their offense, they continue to do what they're doing. And Team 1 hold the corner. Nice does a lot, but Team Diamond are able to get the trades out, and they push to the bend. Nice hits a blade, doesn't kill anything, he dies. Team Diamond beat Engage, and they maybe go a little bit too hard and a little too deep, and they all die to T1, and they use both support ults to live. However, Nice is able to come back on Echo. He ends up winning and holding strong. So Nice in the Echo again, being the answer. Minute swaps over to Cass, which makes 0 sense to me. Tell me why you're playing Cassidy on on Circle Rail. Like, what? What's the goal here? I genuinely don't understand. Like, why? Cleston whiffs another Rampage, make that 3. Inhyuk counter Rampage is much better. And now Team Diamond have 3 minutes heading into B. There's so many T's. Every team has a T in their name in Korea. I don't understand it. Because the next match, right? The next match is Talon Esports versus Incendia Evolution. So it's 3 T's. 3 of the 2 teams start with a T. It's unreal. But anyway. So yeah, Team Diamond fail to spawn camp the choke heading into B, which is something that Team 1 successfully did. So Team 1 can run at them. Minute is caught out and he dies, and I still don't know why he's on Cassidy, because why? Nice hits a duplicate Junker Queen, and Team Diamond are first back again. Inhyuk dies late, and Team 1 end up holding on the landing. And still, I don't know. It's just like Team Diamond ran out of the gas. The Pharah is not good here. It can't be good. Because you're pushing up onto the high ground. You have to walk up the high ground. If Pharah hits shift, she's at eye level with the guys. I understand that they want to capitalize on this barrage bug, but the barrage was not getting value here, right? If the barrage isn't getting value, then the bug doesn't matter. For the bug is only good. Like this extra all charge Pharah is getting is only good if you can actually make value out of the barrages. If you can't, it's useless. And the Echo is killing the Pharah in the neutral. The duplicate is coming up less frequently than the barrage, but it's getting more value because the Junker Queen duplicate is crazy. And I don't know. If the Pharah's not getting value, your team's not winning. I don't think Illicit was this particularly good Pharah. I think he was I think he's doing his job. I think he's solid, but I don't think he's like taking over the lobby with how he's playing. Anyway, Coliseum, Sino comes in per minute, which I'm like, sure, why not? If your guy is swapping to Cassidy, sure, take him out. I agree with that. But Sino actually swaps to Cassidy again, also. So I don't know what's going on with Team Diamond, but they are Cassidy enjoyers for some reason, and both of their DPS are swapping to it. But anyway, T1 starts off with the Sojourn Genji, Team Diamond on the Sojourn Pharah. However, the Genji would become a Echo after like 2 fights. So Illicit goes crazy off the rip. Sure. Team Diamond take the initial lead at like 40 meters. It's a little back and forth, right? It's like 30 meters to 20 meters, and then they push back to 40 meters or whatever. It's Coliseum, who cares? But nice, makes a swap with the Echo, and then after a fight, or like 2, I don't know how many it was. Team Diamond just stops winning fights entirely. The Echo is just shutting down the Pharah. Illicit's not getting the job done anymore. And Sino even swaps over to Cassidy when T1 take the lead for some reason. Look, why? Why are we swapping over to Cassidy? Do we like the Cassidy into the Echo much better? I don't know. I like Bob more. I like Ash more. Whatever. Anyway, T1 just continue to push in. Illicit's not getting the value in the Pharah. He does swap Genji, but at this point, the damage isn't done. They're over like 100 meters deep. Team Diamond have to use ults just to stop them from capping in their spawn. Nice swaps over to Tracer at this point, and now it's getting overtime. So there's a push going through right before overtime. Final fight before overtime. T1 legit use both their support ults and Rampage, and they lose in the final fight before overtime. So why did you just use 3 ultimates, 3 heavily impactful ultimates before overtime? Luckily for them, Nice kills 3 and Ajax's Hyunjae. Sure. On the Tracer, and T1 holds strong on Coliseum. And now it's a 2-2, and T1 look to completely Zhang, and they do. Minute comes back in for Sino. Sure, bring in the other guy who likes to swap Cassidy. Why not? Night Market's a 126 for T1. They're both on their guys. T1 take the point. Team Diamond take out Alien, but they lose Teru and then Illicit. And T1 win. I don't know, just a really like it was good that they caught out Alien, but like it cost them too much, right? It just cost them too much. Then Team Diamond run it onto the point. Cleston ends up dying early, and T1 just back a bit because like we have no Cleston, we can't win this fight. Illicit then hits a barrage, and he gets a good amount. Well, he gets Cleston, but it's not enough. And Terra ends up dying also, and T1 flip back. So that's all that Team Diamond are able to get on a very good Pharah map. That's it. Illicit swaps over to the Echo at this point, and it's like, okay, bro, I guess. T1 are holding at the choke. Inhyuk dies on engage, and T1 just wins. So just not a lot there from Team Diamond. Terra get caught out like multiple times here. Not impressed with him very much. Just a loss. And Garden is 126 again. T1 flawlessly wiped Team Diamond. They're starting out on Echo this time. They said the Genji before, and the Genji was killing Illicit. Like Nice was somehow killing Illicit on Genji into Pharah. Sure. But now he's on the Echo. Minute ends up swapping over to Genji. So Team Diamond are running Genji Pharah. Sure. Alien ends up killing 2, and Team Diamond will walk through white. And they get their first kill at 75% for TI, or for T1, on Cleston. That's really good. T1 ended up getting trades, but without the Junker Queen, they will lose. Illicit hits a Junker Queen dupe. It's better than Nice Junker Queen dupe. And Team Diamond are able to hold on with the Rampage still available. This 26 can't be right then. This must be a 99, I'm assuming, or something. Or like a 71, I don't know. T1 end up, they bait that they're going to go white, so then all of Team Diamond go over to white, but then they just run through bridge. Very smart rotation there. And Huck hits a sick Rampage, but he goes too deep and he dies off of it, so it's not that sick. It's a little too sick. But Cleston's isn't any better. And T1 are able to flip the point over time. Peach on the point, he's just going, and T1 win. So I don't know. This was a Cluster on the Junker Queen is not impressive, but he is getting the job done against Team Diamond. Sure. Thompson played the match. He's gonna go to a Peach. I don't know why, but every time Team 1 was doing work, a Peach was there. And he was brawling it out, and he was in the kill feed. And Taro was just getting caught out and dying a lot of the time, whereas a Peach was just never really died early. Always had good rallies. And he was just doing his job generally well. And I'm going to give it to him. I thought he was probably the most consistent player across both of these teams. So overview, Team Diamond looked like they had to win, and it was done and dusted, and then Circuit Rail, a defense happens, and they lose. The Pharah pick was paying off in spades. Team 1 didn't seem to have an answer, and they eventually would find Echo to be the answer, because Echo's better in the neutral, and her ultimate is better despite it not coming up as much. But even at the end, Nice was able to kill Illicit on the Genji, so I don't know. And I still don't. I don't think Illicit Pharah is like super good. I don't think you have to force the Pharah. It's like they didn't even know how to play the Genji. They were like, oh, we're gonna play Pharah the entire time. Sure. I don't even think his Pharah was like crazy. It was good. It was solid, but it wasn't like, oh my god, he just hit 15,006 shots on the guys. Maybe that's just how Junker Queen comp works, but whatever. And I'm gonna be honest, there wasn't that much standout players judging on these teams. I think a Peach was probably the best player across these teams. I guess Nice had some good moments, but I don't know. Wasn't extremely impressed by either team. Now Talon Esports versus Incendia Evolution, and so this is also a reverse sweep, right? So this is a 2-0 for IE. Talon playing Shojun, Xianjun, sure. Togen, Dongkak, Slay, and Ansunjae. I'm butchering all of these names. My bad. IE playing Proud, Aster, Inokas, Yangjun, and Missin. City Center is a 100 to 62 for IE. They're playing Genji, Sojourn, Joker, and Break Lucio, and that's what IE is playing. So we're back to it, back to the good old fashioned Joker Queen mirrors. So Proud and Ace are able to find picks, and Talon fail to get out in time, and then IE gets some more staggers. It's very just like I don't know if they didn't have speed up, but IE was able to kill them. Proud hits another pick on Seojun. Seojun. That makes sense. And he continues to hit some good shots, even though he's not finding kills. He's getting some good rail shots as Talon leaves spawn. And then he kills Seojun again. The Sojourns end up trading out. Dolankak runs onto the backline, and they win despite being down numbers. They flip at 99. Talon tried to set the tempo fast, but IE is able to find more value with their rally and their rampage, and they win out. So, Proud was really setting the stage right now. Proud was doing a lot. I think he was the biggest reason that IE was able to get this round. Garden is 100 to 50 for IE, so even worse. This time Talon on Echo, Sojourn, and IE on Sojourn Pharah. Sojourn actually starts on the Genji, but it sounds like I'm saying Sojourn, but it's Seojun, sure. He sees Pharah and then he swaps over to Echo right away. Proud opens, Slay dies, IE take cap, and as Talon go high ground, but Talon gets some more kills. They jump off the high ground, they flip. And Ansunjae has about 20% more on beat than Yangjin, which is crazy. Ansunjae would outperform Yangjin basically this entire game. He had better everything. Absolute phenomenal game from Ansunjae compared to Yangjin. Proud ends up trading for Donghack, but IE are still able to win but IE are still able to win, right? Even though they're down Proud. If there's no Junker Queen on the enemy team, you're just gonna win. Talon engages with their support ults. Acer hits a Blaze, able to find more value by having IE use their support ults, and they hold. Togen falls to Missin. Inocast Rampage. Inocast Rampages. Talon don't touch and IE win. And Donghack was only 84% on the Rampage, so not a great showing. I like 150, so that's what 180 seconds, and no Rampage. That's just kind of how Junker Queen is. If you don't get these long drawn out fights and you're not in them, you're not going to get the ultimate. Donghack died early. That's just not enough. But IE was not able to find a lot outside of Proud. I feel like he was carrying a lot. And that was not going to continue. But it would be okay on Eichenwald, where it was a 2-1 for IE. Talon on their offense played the Echo, Sojourn into the Sojourn Pharah. Again, they started on Genji, but they see as soon as they see Pharah, they just say, okay, we'll go Echo. Both flyers end up dying to Sojourn, and go Genji. Oh yeah, both the flyers instantly died, and they just swapped Genji, so the flying thing didn't happen, basically. Inocast just runs at Talon, he ends up killing 4. Talon end up making it in, they beat, and they get kills, but Acer hits a blade, clutches up, IE end up holding. Sojourn Blade slices Miss and Rally before I can do much, and I have 255 entering B. So, solid A, really. IE end up playing early at the gate, but they don't really set tempo. They're just there. So Aster kind of dies early, gets picked off, and Talon just win. It's very, very odd. A lot of miscommunication there or something. They just didn't set tempo despite playing in a tempo setting position. IE end up taking high ground back from Talon using Rampage, and they drop on the Talon with beat as soon as they try to walk up to the stairs on the far left. And then IE just keep getting picks. Talon end up backing. They use Rampage in the final fight, but Yangjin has ult at this point, and they get held under the bridge. So a pretty poor defense from IE to start, but then they made it work once they actually played the map correctly. IE on the offense, Sojourn Genji mirrors, right? IE able to run on a sleigh, and they run on a more, and Sojourn trades too, but it's not enough. Now you have 505 entering B, and it's like, bro, at this point they just won. Sojourn hits a blade, does nothing through the miss and rally. Scrappy fight from IE at the end. Talon used both support ults. Nah, it doesn't matter. They run fast with Dong Hack Rampage. They win, but Inocast hits a Rampage. They just kind of win. They wrap around the card, and it's that easy. So Iconwald is an IE 2-1. But the GOAT comes in. Now, Top Dragon comes in for Seonjin. Peppy comes in for Inocast and Xe. Xe? I think that's Xe. I don't know how else you'd say that other than Xe. Comes in for Yangjin. Dorado is a 2-1 for Talon. No, that's not true. Dorado is a 1-0 for Talon. And Top Dragon makes his presence known. So Talon on their offense, they play Genji, Sojourn, Junker, Queen, Brig, Lucio. IE play Ashe, Genji, Sigma, Zen, and Ana. Talon go really fast. They get good trades, and they win the first fight pretty easily, and they make it to the end of A. But Aster comes out, and he gets 2 kills, and IE stabilized. And then from there on out, Talon spend the next fights getting picked early by Aster, and they're still committing ults down members. Dongak whiffs his Rampage, like literally hits 0 and dies. IE is just able to save their ults because why would they have to ult when they're up members every time? And then Talon just get held at the end of A, and it's looking like a 3-0 inevitability. Then IE on their offense, they come out against the Sojourn comp, or against the Junker Queen comp. They come out with Ashe, Genji, Sigma, Zen, Ana. Talon decided to fight early in the train, and it doesn't do much. They just kind of die, and IE push, and so it's looking really good. Then Talon take big Earls. They run onto the IE backline. Missing gets some extra push, but it doesn't really matter, and Talon hold. Now, Dongak picks Aster. Talon push deep for staggers. They get some, and they don't die, so that's critical. Then they set tempo with Blade, and using ults and all that. But IE uses 5 ults and kill nothing. They get 0 kills after using 5 ults, and there's a minute left. And at that point, it's just over. Like, it's just done. Pepe swaps over his Junker Queen. TD falls. Dongak hits a massive Rampage. And Talon are able to kill the IE supports in overtime and win. And they literally just had to wait one more fight before they blew 5 ults. That's it. And they won this match. They don't get reverse swept, and they're heading further into the winner bracket. But they literally troll by not, like, they just troll. Like, there's no reason to ult there. You were down members, you didn't have tempo, and you just lost. It was literally, like, catastrophic. Now Coliseum is a 139.49, which is a completed map to 0 for Talon. They literally did not complete a thing. IE just got fucking rolled. They got dominated. They're both on the Sojourn Genji Junker. And it's just Top Dragon. He kills 2. He keeps getting early picks. Talon basically won a 4v5 because someone was pushing the bot the whole time. They're fighting in the spawn, basically. I don't know who was on the fucking bot. I'm losing it. Like, this map was crazy. IE could not purchase a kill. They could sell their franchise and they wouldn't be able to get a kill. Talon had an 8-minute checkpoint. Top Dragon is just blading. He's touching the spawn door on Coliseum. He finally dies, but the rest of Talon still wins. So even though he was rolling, his whole team is still winning. And IE are using ult in spawn and losing. And Talon just capped, like legit the fastest Coliseum cap I've ever seen. And I had maybe 5 final blows. Maybe maximum after brawling in their spawn and using ults. It literally unbelievable. Unbelievable that this team was about to win the match. The map before. Unbelievable. Li Zhang is a 2-0 for Talon. They're gone. Top Dragon's in. He's the GOAT. IE try to play the far again on Gardens. He boops Tugan off the map, so shout out to that. And Talon ended up giving the point, and then Top Dragon swaps over to Echo because he can do it all. Sure, you can do it all. You get some early frags, but Talon are able to get back faster, punish IE because Ansunjae lives, just so critical. IE had the frags, but Ansunjae, he lives, he speeds his team back into the fight early, so they get their reinforcements, and Talon flip. Ansunjae has ult, whilst the Yangzhen is at 70%, which is huge. Talon get to beat engage because of this. IE do use both support ults after they kind of lived through the beat, but now Talon still have their rally, so they use that and Talon winning. Then they blade rampage engage, and it's just over and over again. It's just Top Dragon doing the most. Tugan does get a big pick on Missing at the end. Aster hits a blade and kills through to keep IE in the round, and then TD dies to Aster in overtime before Ansunjae can get the beat. But IE are not able to get the support ults. They lose in overtime with the support ults so close, less than 10% away, both of them. But Talon has their support ults, so they end up winning in overtime. So really, genuinely a close Gardens, but just the tempo that Talon was setting is so important. I feel like tempo is so critical in this Junker Queen mirror, because whichever team has the better shout wins most of the time. The support ults, they win. And of course, there is a pop-off potential from the DPS, but crucial. So Night Market's 199 for Talon, and they're both on the Genji Sojourn. Tugan finds 2. Talon are able to cap, and they have no deaths. I'm pretty sure they got no deaths off of that. And Top Dragon, who he's a monster, but the IE DPS are able to find more kills, and they flip. Aster then falls to Dongak, and IE have to back out because Top Dragon blades, and then they get staggered out. So not only do they give point, but they don't fully back out, so then they get staggered and give point. That's a horrible play. Support ults end up trading. Aster hits a blade. He gets nothing, and TD, the GOAT TD, Top Dragon, he ends up killing 2 raw after he got nothing with his blade the fight before. Talon end up pushing into the spawn with the rampage, and they get some kills, but some of IE also get by, and they get to the point. Proud ends up on the point, and he's able to flip with the help of his Cass, who came back in for Peppy, which I guess I should have said up here. And also yeah, I already said that, I think, but they came back in. Anyway, Missing ends up dying early, and then Top Dragon kills through with Blade, and they flip, and Talon complete the reverse sweep. So player of the match has to go to Top Dragon. Literally, also one of the sickest names, I think, in Tier 2. Top Dragon. That boy's the Top Dragon. You've heard of Jake Long, the American Dragon. This boy's the Top Dragon. Let that sink in. And he just turned the momentum completely on Coliseum. Once that Coliseum happened, there's no way Talon could lose Li Zhang, right? Like, surely not. No doubt, this big dog's the Top Dragon here, no doubt. Overall, IE came out buzzing, especially Proud. I thought Proud was playing extremely well in the beginning. I was expecting so much from this guy moving forward, and it just kind of didn't happen. He started to die down very quickly. I would say that Togen probably outperformed him in the end, despite him having a very good first 2 maps. And they really should have been up 3-0. They should have had this at 3-0, but I cannot believe they fumbled all of their ults like that. Props to Talon. Like, it was a very good defense from Talon. Like, normally, you see that defense and you're like, oh, that's a fantastic team. But realistically, there's no reason that IE should lose that. Like, you losing a fight where you use all of your ults and the enemy team didn't use all of theirs is just unreal. And then Coliseum, you have to get more than 5 final blows across the entire map. You have to win a fight somewhere. You have to win a fight. I beg. Even a 4v5, you have to win the 5v4 if you, like, I don't know. Also, I think Ansunjae was a critical member. I think he was for sure better than Yangjin on the other side. He constantly had more ult charge. He constantly was living better, and he made just a huge difference on gardens. Whereas consistent ability to have sound barrier lets them lets them beat engage and lets them set the tempo. And speeding back the reinforcements just because he's alive, you win. Like you lose that fight, and you maybe lose the round if you don't have Ansunjae living there. So Ansunjae, great gameplay. And now we have T1 against Talon. They're back at it because they just played the winners game right after. It's a 3-0 for Talon, just a 3-0. So T1, in case you've forgotten, they're playing Alien, Nice, Kleston, Dada, and a Peach. Talon, TOPDRAGON is staying in with Tugin, Donghack, and Slay Ansunjae. Garden is 100-18 for Talon. Both teams play Sojourn Genji, no Pharah stuff going on. And TOPDRAGON is just a goat. Dada hunted down and killed, and he's just winning. Talon are just winning. Nice hits a blade that kills TOPDRAGON, but they aren't able to kill through the support ults. And TOPDRAGON comes back and he continues to pound. Yeah, sure. T1 got a little bit of percentage. I don't even remember how that happened. But no. Just nah. Night Market to 171 for Talon, so a bit better from T1. Talon ended up taking the point first, but Nice comes alive, builds Blade after a single fight, and they win the next fight with that Blade. Then the rallies come out, Alien dies, beats straight, a Peach falls, and Talon end up winning the flip. Weston hits a sick rampage, but T1's finding good frags and are able to, and TOPDRAGON's are able to close out. Yes, that doesn't make sense because this should say Tal. I was like, what? How are Tal? Okay, my bad. Donghack Rampage kills a Peach, and Nice is killed as he's pulling out Blade, so Talon ended up winning. And they're just consistently getting the better trades overall. Like, sure, Nice popped off to get from that 71% basically. But other than that, their DPS are just trading better, and you just kind of win if you trade better in this comp, I think. Or you win if you get the first pick on the Junker Queen, right? Or the Brig even, or even the Lucio. If a DPS dies first, it's not unwinnable, but it's a little hard. Anyway, King's Row 1-0 for Talon. Both teams sticking to the standard composition. Talon win the first fight with Ansunjae being the only casualty, and TOPDRAGON is doubling Nice and I'll charge 80-40. Nice ends up dying first 3 times in a row. Tugin gets him the previous 2 times, the last 2 times, and like he's just like setting up, he's just poking, and he just dies to Tugin. TOPDRAGON hits a blade and kills 2, and Talon still win. And then Talon had no business winning this fight. The rallies trade, ultimates are going crazy, and T1 look like they're on top. They have the kills, but then Donghack hits a huge rampage, and Talon hold on. They had no business winning that fight. 0. He hit a 5-man rampage basically. I don't know how many was alive, but whoever was left out there, they got rampaged. They had no healing, and they just lost. TD then hits a blade, and he touches the spawn door again. So that's 2 spawn door touches in 2 matches. And then T1 can't get the OT going. Talon end up making them fight in their spawn, and they full hold. And then Talon just slowly walk in. Soldiers kill each other. Nice ends up killing TD, but Donghack hits a huge axe on the backline in Hotel. And then Tugin comes alive and he finishes out. So just a dominant performance from Talon there. King's Row. This should not be King's Row. This should be Circuit Royale. Circuit Royale. Oh, that's not whatever. Ends up being a 3-2 for Talon is what it is. So team 1 on the offense, standard Genji, Sojourn, Junker Queen, no Sigma here. Talon ended up holding close on the corner, and Donghack dies pretty early, but TD gets some trades, and they have to bounce back. Hold on. Yeah, so a Peach is caught up by Donghack. Blades end up trading. T1 responded with B. I don't know if I said this already, my bad. Talon ended up rallying, and the beat is better than the rally, so T1 have 4 minutes entering B. Ansunjae is then caught out early, so Talon are forced to reset again. Tugin gets a sick pick on Kleston, and Ansunjae beats his Peach rallies, and Tal end up holding on to the landing, not like up the hill, but like at the landing of the hill, the first turn even. Then Kleston hits a rampage, and it comes out first, compared to Donghack's rampage. So both of the rampages were kind of whatever, they got like 2 each. TOPDRAGON ends up dying, and T1 win the fight, so they continue to push. And Nice hits a blade on TD's blade, Nice gets more, and they have 305 entering C. So Nice kind of outperforms Top Dragon on this specific map, to be honest. There's a lot of blades that Top Dragon was hitting. They just weren't getting the kills, and Nice would end up blading second and just killing him, or just killing him and then blading, or whatever. So into C, T1 pushed the pool, and Talon just kind of give the pool. And so T1 get a lot of push, but Ansu-J hits a beat engage, and they end up winning. Then Talon hold the choke on C. Donghack hits a 5-man rampage, and then T1 reset. So now it's getting kind of close. Nice hits a blade, and he diffs Top Dragon again with it. And T1 push onto the point in overtime, but then Nice dies. Only up is Slay with the rally. Top Dragon ends up cleaning up. And T1 hold at the very end of C. Then, Talon on their offense, same stuff. T1 plays like in front of the corner, which is a little weird. And they just kind of die. Like they're like going a little bit all over the place on the other side of the street, and they die. The advantage of playing on that corner is that if you need to, you can back up and give, but they just don't. So Talon take a lot of space on the bend. T1 ended up pushing them out, and they push for staggers. And they almost die, but they don't, and they don't get any staggers either. So it's kind of whatever. Then Tugan overclock forces a Peach to rally. Then TD hits a blade. He Ajax's Dada. He gets like 3 in a swing, and he has 345. And Talon have 345 entering B. Then both Rampages come out. Slay hits a rally, and it's a difference maker here because otherwise Talon wouldn't be able to win. And they win the 4v5 because someone's just chilling on the point the entire time. I think it's Incendia is just chilling on the point. Then Nice hits a blade to stabilize T1 at the very end. So important there. And they push forward. And Talon back up because they see that T1 just tried to aggress onto them. And they push back in. And T1 have lost their cooldowns because the shout got oxygen. So now it's a shout versus a no shout. And the shout's going to win every time. They have 320 entering C. Then Top Dragon hits a blade. He trades for a Peach. Donghack ends up dying. And Talon are forced to reset. Then Tugan overclocks, hits a crazy shot on Nice. All the support ults are used. Cleston hits a kind of whatever rampage. Donghack hits a 4-man rampage, and Talon wins. So, competent player of the match for me here, it has to be Donghack. He saves King's Round A. His rampages were consistently better on Circuit Royale. He hits a 5-man, he hits a 4-man, he does whatever he wants. And like, you can't whiff Rampage, I feel like. You can't just whiff Rampage and expect your team to win. And Cleston's Rampages are so bad, or mid. They're mid to bad, whereas Donghack just hits huge ones consistently. And Talon just kind of looked better than T1. Top Dragon was an absolute force on Legionnaire KR. Nice did look a little bit better on Circle Royale, so credit to him. But Tugan came into his own. Alien was kind of invisible oftentimes. And Tugan was hitting good shots on King's Row for sure. He was hitting good shots in Circle Royale. And then again, Ansu-J was the better Lucio. No Ajaxes, still building the beats faster. And just phenomenal gameplay. Well, not phenomenal gameplay, but solid gameplay, right? Like really good. But yeah, so that's going to be it for my Contenders reviews this week, or my Korean Contenders reviews this week. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. As always, like this video if you like it, subscribe for more daily Overwatch League content. Should have my video on how Kaluja's Diva works on Ekenwall tomorrow, so hopefully I get that going. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a good one. Deuces.